Hey guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is advanced rock guitar riffs. I already have them written down here. So before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy with a free member account or a premium member account. For those who have not done the basic rock guitar riffs, probably first check that one out and then this one, because some things should already work that you have the chance to get through this tutorial, but maybe just check out this, and if it's too hard for you, first to check the basic rock guitar riffs. So what are we talking about today? I'll show you. And so on, different elements, different modules of advanced rock guitar riffs, and I'm gonna show one after each other, and then you can make combinations out of them as I just did now. So let's get started. Okay, let's check out first the chord progression. Is really a standard chord progression. You can take any chord progression. It's about the picking technique and the damping technique. Well, you're gonna see. We have the progression E5 to G5 to A5 to E5, then C5 to D5 to E5 in the high position. Really standard, so we can really focus on what is happening with your picking hand, because your picking hand is the most important thing on any kind of rock riffs, because the chords are quite simple to grab, so most of the work happens here. So one thing, first riff would be this here. So what are we doing? We're playing the chord. Of course you need to really hit it the way that only the notes which shouldn't sound here sound, in this case the low E, the A and the D string. Then so 1 on 2 you damp, 1, 2 and then you on 2 and you come back with the chord 1, 2 and, okay, 1, 2 and 3. And then we have a little figure, palm muted. We play the notes, the single strings 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. On those come a 3 and 4 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's how it's counted, okay? Then you go to the next chord. Same method. Next chord, same method, and you all do downstrokes here because the palm mute technique. It's really simple, but as I said, the proper damping and palm mute technique is really required here, that it sounds really cool. And by the way, my amp settings, I've chosen here a what is again? An orange amp with a 4x12 cabinet, really dry, just this with some reverb, and that's it. So C5, same thing, D5 and E5, and with the E5 you can also take the low E string. Okay, let's see how that sounds with the backing track. Now when you want to make like a variation or push this riff to the next level, here's a trick which you can do. Now we reverse the instead of going from the low string to the high string, you go make it opposite, and this time we don't do the palm mute technique, and in this case we make downstroke up up. So we have an accent on the top note, and then just let ring the rest of the chord. So in this case we don't do so much damping, and this way the whole riff opens up even if playing nearly the same thing. So let's see how that sounds. As I said, the same notes but reverse now. Starts with downstroke, then up up. One, two, three, four. It's pretty cool. Good. The next thing you can do now is doing the palm mute thing. Now we make this. So we play the chord without damping, and then we go immediately the palm mute position. See, you make this rotation with the hand. See? And now we make accents here, and then we, with the rotation of the hand, we remove the palm muting to make it more sound like an accent. So 1 and 2 and 3, and then on 3 and we make here probably this one here, the second phrase. On 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and on 4 is again a palm mute. And on 4 and comes a G5, and you hold it till 1 then, and you do the same there. So you have an accent on 3 and 4 and the 4 and is the anticipation for the next chord in the next bar. It's a little bit tricky, but that gives a lot of drive to your riff. From A5 we go back down here over the 3. Then C5. Here we just, as I said, you just remove the rotation here. Let's see how that sounds with the backing track. That one is quite cool. Quite cool. 2, 3. Good. It's really a cool one. As I said, the rotation makes the big thing, and the palm mute, it really has to be da 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 da. You know, like this thing where you make holes in the street. Da 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 da. You know. And then now we come to the next one. These were 8 note palm mutes. Now we make 16 note palm mute. So you make again this da 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 da. Okay. And we make one on the first beat, on the second one we will release with this rotation. Really simple, just a rotation. And with the left hand you do nothing, you just have the chord. And the palm mute note is the bass note. C5 here is a bit on the A string. It's not so fun, but I mean, if you can do it, if you like it more here, you can do it here. I do it on the A string. Back on the E. So let's see how that sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is really cool when you make 1 in 16 or 1 in 8, no lag. I love this when you have this contrast between the fast and the medium ones. Let's see how that sounds. Or you can just put them in randomly. And so on. That's really cool. Good. I mean, as you can see, the chords are still the same as in the basic. These are really basic chords, but the main thing is happening here with your picking hand. But now we make some more glorious chords, I would say. The big chords. Possibility of big chords which still sound great with distortion. It will be just any kind of extended power chords. It means a chord with only root note and fifth. So this is one. Now you can extend it here. The G5 can be, instead of like this, we add these ones here, 3-3. Sounds cool. The A5 is normal, but you extend it here with the pinky here in the fifth. And now the problem is you cannot really grab them immediately like well, you can. It's quite hard. So the trick is first play the easy one, and then while you play the first part you just add the second one. This way you have more time to build them up. On the C we just add the low note here, so this gives us a dropped tuning effect of the C. Sounds like a dropped tuning. Here is also cool, and here we can make a little variation. We just move third, fifth, but we keep the low easing, and to make it cool. So we have 2 damped, chord 1, 2 damped, second. This is really cool. Let's see how that sounds. It really gives a really cool vibe. Now comes the trick. Now you have all these little modules. You can make combinations out of it. And the best is, I mean, if you have a tune, well, many tunes have this chord progression or similar chord progression like this. Now the trick comes, each method or each module which I showed has a different intensity. Now the trick is to build up the whole thing, make combinations out of it, and just build it up, that you build up a whole song. And you know, when you build up a song of 3-4 minutes with really simple chords, the trick is to have a lot of stuff which you can add and to make it sound really cool. I'm going to show you. I'm going to build it up slowly, give more intensity with all we just showed, and then we go back to easy. I also go back to basic stuff where you just lay down the chord, you know, and then start to build up. I show you. I try to talk while I'm playing, but probably just lay the chord. Here start to attack harder to get the distortion out more. Now we start with something. Now the reverse. See, I build up more and more and more, and then, well, I made it quite fast, and whoop, and then we go back to the beginning. And this way you build up a whole song with the same chords, but you have a lot of modules. I mean, I just mix them up randomly. Not each song requires exactly this kind of build up. You know, it depends on the lyric and the mood you want to express, but this is basically or just tools which you can use. Okay guys, that was advanced rock guitar riffs. I've written them down for you guys. If you want to download the tabs plus the backing track to practice this stuff, it's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there with a free member account, but in order to download the stuff, you need a premium member account. But the free member account also has a lot of benefits, so it's my only social media thing which I'm still feeding regularly. So go there if you want to know more about the work and join the small community we built up there. Well, it's not so small anymore. We're moving down to 3K. Good. One more to say. Yeah, that's basically, I already explained everything. I always tell my students, try to tell a story with what you play. You know, making music is not just playing a riff. It's about telling a story, and most songs are really have simple chords, but they tell a story, and therefore you need different levels of expression and intensity to build up a song. They always go like this, whooping them down, and probably second time and then it's finished or something like that. It really depends on the lyrics, on what you want to express. Some songs are right away, right in the face. Other ones start slow, get like this. It really depends on the song, so it's really good to have some advanced techniques to make this song sound really great. Good. Me and Dr. Pinkor signing off. Bye.